And good afternoon, true believers. Welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, part of the RSG crew. Glad to have you guys all here. Joining me, of course, is the crew. And before I introduce them, what is the lunch stream, you may be asking? Well, that's where we hang out with you good folks for the next hour or so and bring you some entertainment, do a roster review, answer some of your questions. Chaos will ensue, I'm quite sure of it. So let's go ahead and introduce the crew and get this day started. We've got, of course, the one and only Dr. Finn Medicine Woman's here.
I'd like to wish a happy day after hangover to Miss Tits McVenom.
Yes, I'm sure she's somewhere right now just with the killer headache and just... Also here is the one and only soulless one, Sanely Red.
I got the 3.5 million GP today.
Okay, congratulations. Also joining us is the weed entrepreneur himself, Comb Cobra.
Well, hello everybody. Congratulations, Stanley. And I second Finn on Miss McVie.
Yeah. And also joining us, we have the Stoner Jedi.
What's up, guys?
Who does not get high. It's weird. And if last but not least, the cheese master himself, the one and only Mike Hunt.
Fromage. Yo.
I don't know what that means.
Omelette fromage.
Okay, that's enough of that Japanese speak.
We get that at Tarjay.
Oh, Jesus. So, same old. If you've never been to the lunch stream before, just go ahead and get your questions in. Stanley will scoop them up. We're going to do a roster review, and then we'll kind of... It's Galactic War Thursday, but we got all these new events. I'll just play the events and unlock characters afterwards while we answer questions. If you have questions, get them in there. Make sure they're in the form of a question, or they have the word question in front of it, so Stanley knows to scoop it up. That being said, let us get into our roster review. If my phone would quit acting up. What the hell? And of course it's being ridiculous. Hold on a second here. There we go. And I just dropped it. Awesome. It's like I'm possessed or something. Jeez. Can't see the damn chat because stupid phone's being stupid. Alright. Let's get to our roster review. Today we are doing...
If a stupid phone is being stupid, isn't it just doing what it's supposed to do?
You shut up, Finn. It's like stupid Finn being stupid.
Exactly. That's why I'm always to blame.
Mm-hmm.
I do blame Finn.
No, that's true. You do play Mario too much. So we're doing Star Killer Ren roster review today. They are in the Dread Masters. So shout out to the Dread Masters.
In-game name is Star Prince Star Lord. And so he had a few kind of questions.
Who?
Star
Lord. Come on, man. Star Lord.
So he had a few questions that he wanted
Let's
answered.
take
So I
them
figured
one at a
this
time.
one
I
may
kind
be
of saw
easier
that, so let's just take this one step at a time. He had a lot there.
Let's just go one by one.
Let's go one by one. So what's the first thing he wants us to do?
So he's working on his Darth Nihilus.
Sure.
So he's wondering what he should do about his arena team once he gets Nihilus to gear 11. Primarily because of the Jedi that were introduced, since Bastila is kind of an easy counter. He's working what he should do about his arena team after he gets Nihilus to gear 11. He doesn't want to farm Jedi, and he's planning to work on Jedi training Rey soon. So he wants to know where he should focus for his arena.
Well, first of all, once you get Nihilus to gear 11, get him in there for Kylo Ren. I mean, Kylo Ren's a nice piece, but only for the First Order team. He does nothing for your team that you have currently set up right now. And that's probably one of the reasons why you're struggling so much, because that's an easy team setup you got right now. You've got 4 of the 5 you need to be really effective with an EP lead, but you need to put Nihilus in ASAP. And on that team, I mean, it'll handle itself. You'll easily see your rank start going up. Emperor Palpatine lead with Nihilus, and the team you've accumulated can kill the Bastila team. I've tested it. It can be done. You know, you just go after Hermit Yoda first, or Hermit Yoda, but Grandmaster Yoda first. Kill their Ezra. You know, Sion will take care of their buffs. It's you can easily do it. You have to be careful though, because you can get RNG that will smoke your ass sometimes. But you know, it can be done, and I think you'll have much better success. So get Kylo Ren out of there and put Nihilus in immediately. Okay, what's the next question, Finn?
So, what do you think he should do with his arena after Nihilus, though? Because he's planning on working on Jedi Training Ray, and his Nihilus is only planning on 11.
But I mean, you want to work on JTR BB-8 and that team for a lot of reasons, but I wouldn't go crazy with it if you're not going to use it for arena, and it's really not I mean, it's still meta, but it's not as meta as it was before. You're seeing in the meta, you're starting to see. I mean, Pop is still the lead in the meta, right? So you just need Nihilus in your team. And then you've got things like CLS as a counter. You've got Trey Lead as part of that. I mean, we kind of covered the meta last night. JTR is a part of the meta. If you want to go into that team, you can. I would focus more of that JTR team for like territory wars, territory battles, things of that nature. I mean, if you want to go on all in JTR, you can for an arena team. It's just not as potent as it used to be, and I think Trey leads and Palp leads are showing that they can still hold their own, even with the Basla team showing up. So I would say farm JTR, do what you got to do for that team, but I would still stick with your Sith. You know, I don't know if you're doing heroic Sith, but if you are, once you can unlock Treya, then you're going to replace Palpatine with Treya, and then you're really good. You know, because then you're going Sion, Treya, Nihilus. You can go. I mean, I guess you could keep Pops in there. You don't need to. Just those three alone with like you need to go Sith Trooper. I mean, some people run Palpatine with Thrawn with that team if they don't have Sith Trooper ready. A lot of people do run Sith Trooper. I mean, there's a lot of combinations that people are using with the Trey Elite. If you go on the Meta Report, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes.gg that you go with, I would say just stick with your Sith for your arena team.
Yeah, because you can run Palp Lead if you have it Zeta, and Hill you get Trey as leader Zeta because you'd want her unique first. So,
I mean, I've double Zeta my Treya, so I mean, it's damn worth it. I'm getting a lot of bang for my buck with that damn lead. So that would be the next thing. So, okay, what's the next part, Finn?
All right. So the next part is he's saying after he gets the Jedi Training Ray team done, so he's planning on getting them to Gear 12 for his guild's Heroic Sith Raid.
Sure.
He's not sure what to work on next. He was looking at First Order or Phoenix for potentially Phase 2 of the Sith Raid. He was leaning towards Phoenix because he has half of them ready, and since they're pilots as well. So it's kind of a two-part, right? What should he focus on next after Sith Raid? And just jumping into the third question here as well, he's looking at heroic Sith teams. So we can evaluate a little bit for Phase 2, Phase 3, and just take a look at that.
Well, I'm looking, first character that pops up to me is Han Solo's only Gear 10. That's the priority.
So his question number 5 is, I'd like to Gear 12 raid Han at some point in the middle of all of this farming. Because he needs a lot of stun guns, carbs, and golden balls, I've left him at Gear 10 because my other toons need them. No. When should I finish Gear 12? He doesn't have CLS yet, so keep that in mind.
Get your Han.
Do it.
That's you have to. I would say your arena team looks solid. You're working on Nihilus, but you can also work on Han at the same time for gear. Get Nihilus to 11, but then get Han Solo to 12. That's going to get a lot of bang for your buck, and he's still viable in some of the in the arena teams. Finn, I know you use him, right, for some of your arena matchups that you face.
Yep. Less so now because of Treya leads. Sure. Against any other lead, Han Solo works really well. But against Treya lead, it's a little bit different. But yeah, he's still very viable in arena.
I would say first is gear those two characters up, Nihilus and Han. Then I would work on your JTR team. Once your JTR team's done, then I gotta say, I like First Order more in Heroic Sith and Phoenix. We can look at it. It's an easier farm for gear and stuff than Phoenix. I mean, the thing about Phoenix, so many goddamn stun cuffs and Carbantes, because I'm finishing up my Troopers and Nightsisters, right, to Gear 12. And Rogue One, right? They're almost all done with Gear 12. Then I was kind of debating, should I do Phoenix or Ewoks? And then I looked at it, I'm like, forget Phoenix. I'm going Ewoks. It's just no way am I dealing with that Phoenix farm. Oh and my god!
2-3 Zetas you need on them to make them really pop.
Oh, there's so many Carbantes and they share all this in gear. It's just insane. Phoenix is a tough farm. They're really, really good in certain pieces like Sabine. and certain teams in the Heroic Sith Raid is really good. I don't think as a team itself, I mean, you guys may differ. I don't think it's a priority for the Heroic Sith Raid, or really for a lot of things.
Phoenix.
You know, I mean, it's a good starting team as you're coming up, right? It can do a lot of things for you. It unlocks Palpatine and unlocks Thrawn, right? And it can do some decent things, but compared to some of these other teams, it's just, you know, a lot of times you see people, you know, they rip that team apart and use different components in different areas. Like, you'll see Ezra on the Bastila Shan team, or you'll see Sabine in the Heroic Sith Raid, you know, with her armor shred and stuff. So, each individual, Chopper on a JTR team on Territory Wars is the tank. You know, there's certain components of that they'll use in different areas, but not as a solid, you know, team. But I think First Order, you can go First Order next. You need to get First Order Stormtrooper 7 stars and gear 11. First Order Executioner is a farm I would do. Forget about Phasma. Forget about Pilot. Your priority is, you already got Kylo Ren masked at 12. Good. Finish your Kylo Ren unmasked. Get your First Order Officer. Get your Stormtrooper and get your Executioner. I'm telling you, that team is dynamite. Mike, you love that team too, don't you?
What, First Order?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. 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 I invested, I Zeta'd them when Zetas first came out and they were given them. So I even have a Phasma Zeta'd. And I will use her as well. She's great. If I don't use Kylo Ren masked in my First Order squad, he's fantastic under a Phasma lead with First Order TIE Pilot. I mean, they will really go to town on anyone.
Yeah,
all the assists,
really
it's just through the roof. Yeah.
But yeah. Let's look at your Phoenix. I'm just curious to see how far along you are. But is that Swear Daughter? What was that?
Yes, it was.
Oh God!
It is. She's in her room and she's
well, shit.
Gaming.
Phoenix
she's
is
on the
gear
PlayStation.
10. Well, Sabine's only gear 7. She's only 5 stars. But
see, Sabine's the awkward one because Sabine's the one that is a very long farm.
Yeah.
Very long farm.
Well.
So, I'm just having a look. I mean, if he's on. See, unfortunately, he's got the worst to come. Kanan and Zeb use virtually the same gear pieces, so they both
share so many pieces. It's ridiculous, man.
But how many stun guns and whatnots do they? Are they just
Carbontics and stun costs? I mean, it is outrageous how much they need. I mean, just holy God, it's a lot. It's one of the crazier farms for gear that I've seen. That's why when you see someone with the Gear 12 Phoenix, it's usually laid in, or they just really loved Phoenix and went all in on them. But, I mean...
Yeah, Pookie, he has a Gear 12 out, Max Zeta, full Gear, Phoenix squad.
I mean, they're really... Once you get them, they're really, really good. But it's just like...
I don't know. But he loves Phoenix. He absolutely, that's his favorite, team. That's that's his thing, so...
If it's your thing, do it definitely. I mean,
absolutely.
You've got to get the enjoyment out of the game, and
Nightsisters, we're not even close. There's hardly anything done on Nightsisters.
Just looking,
Taliesin, there's nothing there. So that ain't happening anytime soon. So we can just.
What's his Rogue One like?
I'm looking at that next, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, there's a bit of work there.
Nightsisters is not even close to being started, so...
Well, does he have anything to play at the team?
Yeah, Rogue One needs some work. He's got some farms still. There's no... Base not even unlocked.
He's 1.1, right?
Huh?
Why doesn't he have... He's 1.1 million GP. Why doesn't he have Taliesin unlocked?
Maybe
because he should have been around during the event to at least get Taliesin unlocked.
I don't know.
Maybe he just hasn't activated her yet.
Yeah, that could be it.
Maybe. I think he should start working on Nightsisters out of all the teams.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he gets for the farm. Yeah, absolutely. You could go Nightsisters.
And they're
One's got some
Oh.
work to do. I mean, there's a lot of fun. Let's try to focus them down. So, we want to finish the JTR team, right? You want to go ahead and finish up gearing up the First Order team. I would leave Phoenix where they're at 10. I wouldn't do anything else. I would start farming the characters. I would get Talzin and Asajj, and I would start working on Chert and Baze. Jin you can get easily too. So you can start farming these characters in different areas and start working on their stars. But Nightsisters definitely is something you need to start working on.
Definitely.
I mean, that's the farming plan I'd have for you right now.
I've just to put it into context. What's my galactic power's gone up. I'm now on York. He's now 1.5 million GP.
Oh yeah, Stormtroopers. The troopers are not even close to being attempted yet. I mean, there's unlocks, but no gearing thing. So troopers will be down the line too. I would say get your Nightsisters going, and then troopers after you finish your JTR team, get your Han Solo Nihilist squared away, finish your First Order, get your troopers going, or actually get your Nightsisters going. I mean, there's a lot of these characters you can farm in different places, so you just have to kind of pick which one you want to work on. I could say, because you could just say, like, for instance, you can do Death Trooper and Cantina, right? You can do Hard Nose for some of the other ones, different stores for the other ones, so you just got to lay out your plan, but there's a lot of different ways you got to go. But I would start with finishing what we started at the beginning and then work your way down. Some work to do, definitely.
Make sure that his allies are much higher GP in the guilds. Just give them a shout and say, look, and don't be afraid to ask them to switch around their leads.
Hell, and friend me on ally code me or send me a request in Discord or Mike or any of us, and we'll, if you're stuck on any of the higher notes to farm it, I'll put in whatever person you want. JTR, just tell me what you want, and I'll put it in there for you.
I mean, I've got weak ass resistance. I have got a Zetaed Finn, but borrowing a JTR and running a Finn double lead on some of those nodes was, because ideally you want to 3-star them so that they're done, and then you can just sim the crap out of them from there on. Which is why we're suggesting, get some stronger tomb based or GP based allies to just to give you that leg up that you need.
So Finn, anything you want to throw in on this part of the question?
No, I mean, I think you guys covered it all. There's a lot of different ways he can go, so it really is just kind of where he wants to focus. Yeah.
But start at least at the top of what we said to initially do that first, and then make a decision, and then just stay on target. Don't get come up with a plan. If you need a plan for execution for each character, let us know. We'll tell you which one we think you should do. But you can't do different pieces of each one at a time because they're in different stores and different things. So you can farm Death Trooper out of the Cantina node, but you're getting old DACA out of the the Cantina shipments, right? You can hard node Chert and Baze and pick them up in other Jin and out of the arena store, or not the arena store, but the guild event store or guild store, one of the two. So yeah, there's different routes you can go, but got some work to do there, my friend. All right, what's the next question, Dr. Finn?
Okay, so I think we answered some of these kind of in the process of that. So we talked about Heroic Sith a little bit. We talked about his next team. So his next thing is Zetas. So he said in terms of Zetas, I think the road is clear, but I'm wondering if a Finn Zeta would still be viable. He currently plans on putting it on crew, and then Jedi training Rey's leadership, BB-8, roll with the punches, and then he's not sure. Maybe Nihilus, maybe Thrawn, maybe Finn. So he's trying to figure out where to go with his Zeta.
PvP first.
Mm-hmm.
Nihilus is first.
Does he have Scion? Did we check to see if his Scion was Zeted?
I don't have the Zetas open, so if someone could tell me that.
Let me check right now. I'm bringing it up.
First Zetas all go in your arena team. That means Scion, that means Nihilus.
Yep.
That means...
He has Scion, he has Vader lead, he has Palpatine lead, and weirdly enough, his Han is gear 10, but he has the Zeta on.
Oh, good. So now you just got to get him gear 12. Oh, that's good.
You got to get him to gear 12 with the bayonet now if you already have him Zeta too.
Yeah, then you'll really start seeing some creamy numbers. Then you can start, if they're all done, then Did you say Nihilus was done too?
No, not Nihilus.
Nihilus is your first priority because you're putting him on your PvP team. Then work your JTR and your BB-8, her leader and his role with the punches. Those are the two you need to be effective. You don't need anything else, just those two. Did I hear R2 anywhere in there?
He didn't say R2. No.
You need R2 and that team. You're going to need number crunch.
I may wait.
I didn't even look and see if he has the characters for Luke. Shit, let's look at that.
So he's working on that. He's working on getting everyone for Commander Luke.
Yeah, that may be the.
So that's one of his next questions.
I just thought of that. I'm like, you know what?
So,
yeah. All right,
who do we need for
Stormtrooper Han? He's on
Luke?
his way.
Commander Luke is Stormtrooper Han, Princess Leia, R2, Farm Boy Luke, and Old Ben.
Old Ben's not even unlocked. Wait, where is Old Ben? Is he in Under Jedi?
Do we need a 7-star Farm Boy?
Yes.
Yeah, because he's only a 7-star unlock.
So, all right, everything else put what we said aside, other than your gears, right, and Zetas. Farming priority is Stormtrooper Han, Farm Boy Luke, Princess Leia, and let's see. Let's look at where his Old Ben's at.
So with the Nihilus Zeta, I like Nihilus' Zeta, don't get me wrong. I may wait on it because even though it's for his arena team, once he uses it, it's not crucial to that team. I don't know at what rate he's getting Zetas.
He doesn't even have Old Ben unlocked. All right, Cantinas. I think he's in Cantina shipments. Old Ben. Where's Old Ben farmed at?
Old Ben has a Cantina node.
All right, so Cantina is Old Ben. Wait. I thought
Stormtrooper Han and Leia are going to be from Arena.
Right.
Farm Boy Luke is also Cantina, but he also can get from Guild Store. And then R2 is going to require your 5 Empire.
All right, so you need to, which I think you've got the 5 Empire, no problem. I think you need to, since you can't get him out of the store, just start farming your Luke out of the store for now. Get on immediately on Old Ben. Because I don't know when the next CLS is coming around, so you need to.
It'll be September to October.
Right. So if you can get them knocked out now, that would be the priority. So that's your farm. Those are your priority for your farm characters. Gear is Nihilus, Han, Zetas are JTR, BB-8, Nihilus. That's where you need to focus right now. Then after that, then you can start working on stuff like First Order, Nightsisters, things of that nature. But we got to get you that CLS, and we got to get you that R2. Those are 2 vital cogs in the puzzle. Those are characters you will need for their Rogue Sith raid. It just. All right.
Yeah, in terms of Zetas, I mean, I don't know if I would put it on Nihilus. I think I would just save it for Crew, Jedi Training Ray, and BB-8. I don't think his income of Zeta mats is super high right now. And while Nihilus's is good, it's not really necessary. It's not like 100% necessary for that team to work. Even with Treya, I mean, you don't really need the Zeta. It helps. It makes the team better, but it's not necessary. I think I would save it for his Jedi Training Ray or his First Order if he's going down that route, or if he's deciding to go Nightsisters. I think I would save it for that. I may wait on putting a Zeta for now, actually, and just save it.
Yeah, I'm just the opposite. I think it's a vital piece. I think every Zeta on that team makes a huge difference. Because when you get down to, well, I'm in a different position than he probably is, right? The teams I'm facing, it comes down to what you have more than the other person. A little RNG, but it's really, every little bit helps, right? So, yeah. But you may not need it at your level, so Finn makes a valid point. But that's something you're going to have to assess and make a decision for yourself. But, I mean, I wouldn't be upset if you put on JTR lead or did Crew, something like that. But definitely need to farm those rebels, my friend. Let's get you
Not to mention he's going to need it for CLS and everything, too. He still needs one on R2.
You definitely need to get your rebels rocking and rolling. Get them to,
you got to have CLS for
gear, what, 8?
So.
Right?
You need gear 8, minimally gear 9 makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
The journeys are not necessarily gear checks as much as legendaries. Legendaries are much more of kind of a gear and ability check because you have to beat everything in order to get the 7-star. Journeys are more of a star level check. So if you have them mildly, decently geared up and modded, you don't need anything super on them. you can get 7-star versions of it. The main thing is obviously you need to get 7-star versions of those characters, which is what so far the journeys have been. They've been more of just a star level check.
Sure.
Unlike Thrawn, for example.
Well, I mean.
Oh man, I unlocked Thrawn this morning. I forgot to record.
Oh well, then it didn't happen.
Was it 5 hours long?
No.
If you didn't record it, there's no proof it didn't happen, Mike.
That is because York's on GG. You can go look. Actually, no, you won't see a 7-star Thrawn yet because I haven't bothered to deploy it. But yeah, I have a 7-star Thrawn on York. Yay! Sorry, just throwing it out there. Level 82 Phoenix. Actually,
why are we talking about you?
We're not. We're talking about unlocking Thrawn, or is that event finished now? That doesn't matter. It's gone now.
Okay. It's no more.
It's no more.
All right. Anything else on this roster review, Finn?
Let's see. So the next thing was about CLS, and I think we answered that about what level or what gear the characters need to be and all that. So his next question was, do R2 and BB-8 really need plus 100 speed secondary total to be useful in heroic Sith raids?
Yes.
As far as I know, I am far from that, but they seem to be versatile everywhere. Can I lower speeds to about 90 and be good enough? I have one set at plus 100 and 2 of them in the 90s.
You need to farm more mods, so it's not an issue, because it doesn't take much to get them over that threshold. But that's something to work on after you get some of these characters done and stuff. It's hard. I mean, you're going to have to mix it up a little bit for... You still want to farm mods, so I was still... With the characters you need to farm, your Cantina farm is a priority, but you can still take a couple days where you still are farming mods. You're kind of limited in what you can farm with mods, because looking at your roster, you haven't got all the teams open that you need to, get some of those mods that you need, but for... Now, they are adding the thing where you can change your mod sets from character to character, so that'll be a big help for someone like you. But yeah, you need them fast. I mean, you can't go in there with a slow team. You're just going to get wrecked. I mean, I can't put it any other way than that. Sorry. I wish I could say, yeah, you can go in there with like only 80 plus speed and you'll be fine. No, you're not. All right. What else?
All right. Let's see. We had that, and then his last thing is fleet. So looking at his ships, he says he currently runs Big, Vader, and Crew in the front lineup, and then Ghost, Slave One, and Poe for reinforcements. He's gearing up a Phoenix team to gear 12 for Ghost, and he's wondering what he should do about First Order.
Well, if you're going to run Ghost, you might as well run Phantom, too. I mean, that's a deadly combination.
I don't like that ship lineup.
Oh, well, that might... Thus...
I mean, I'm going to look through his ships, but I mean, he's...
Do we know where he's placing in ships?
No,
let me double check. I don't think he told me where he was. No, he didn't say where he was.
Ships look pretty solid, actually, for his level and stuff. He's got some really good stuff going on here. He's got the Phantom at 6 stars. He's got the Ghost at 6 stars. I mean, those are kind of a package deal together. I mean, I
don't know if you really have to gear them, though. No, they're not starting lineup ships, so I don't know if you really have to take them to gear 12 in order to do it.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the ships are just 6 stars.
No. He was saying he's working on dual gearing the Phoenix team to gear 12 for Ghost. I don't think you should bother.
No, I think you're on the right path with your farm, looking at the ships that you have and what you're working on. I think you're fine. I think you're totally fine.
And currently he is ranked 27 in fleet.
Oh, yeah, you're doing fine.
So I don't know when his payout is. He might have dropped a little bit overnight or something. So he might very well be. He said he's placing top 50. He's actually messaging me right now.
Sure.
So yeah, he said he's placing top 50. You can go higher, I think.
I would throw Phantom in there too. If you're gonna run Ghost, you got to run Phantom. I mean, I don't.
So Crew starting lineup is nice. The only thing is, so his reinforcement, his afterburner, is just ridiculously good. And Silencer doesn't play well on defense. And so you might want to look at something that gives you a little bit more target lock. Now, I know one of the ships is Imperial TIE Fighter, but your TIE Fighter pilot is level 55, and I think gear 6 or 7 right now. So I can understand you not using him. You want to consider potentially moving towards another ship that does some kind of target locking in order to help a little bit. So potentially First Order TIE Fighter instead of Silencer,
Sure.
and then bringing Silencer off the bench, I think is potentially something that may help you. So Biggs, TIE Advance, and First Order TIE Fighter, that would give you a lot of speed at the start with TIE Fighter. And then if he hits his target lock, then your Biggs taunts, and now your other ships are protected. So that may be one direction to go here. Especially, because I think you want to try and focus a little bit more on the target locking aspect. In terms of reinforcements, does he have... He doesn't have Sunfax ship yet. The Sunfax ship is really good as a reinforcement because you basically get 2 characters or 2 ships stunned as soon as it comes in. So it may be a character to like a character and a ship. Both Sunfax is good. He's a really good plug-and-play tank, and then Sunfax ship is a really good ship. So potentially one of those 2. You do have a Gear 12 Boba, so you definitely do want Slave 1 in reinforcement. And I like Poe. I think Poe is a good one, and then Silencer in order to give you some stuns coming off the bench. I may very well drop the Phoenix from your lineup at this point.
So he's definitely running Tarkin as his capital ship. He's got Home 1. Home 1's level 36 5-star, and Akbar's gear level 8, level 80. That's something in all aspects. I would suggest Home 1 is probably the light side capital ship, but you will benefit from having maybe not equal, but something in the same area wise on a light side capital.
Yeah,
and you will need a 7-star Home 1 if you want that Chimera 7 stars.
Chimera was the other ship I was looking at for him because he has a Gear 12 Thrawn.
He's got a gear. He's got a 5-star Chimera. But it's level 1. It's
level 1, so it may be worth investing in that. Because the problem with Executrix, and I mean it's not necessarily a problem per se, but it's a slower capital ship, and Chimera goes faster, which lets you kind of bring things out a little bit quicker. So it's interesting. So he's saying, by the way, that he upgraded his reinforcement mats on Ghost, so when it comes in, it target locks everyone's, and Biggs protection gets refilled. Later on, your Biggs will probably not even survive until the first reinforcement.
Right.
I mean, right now it's probably serving you well. The problem is later on, Biggs' ship goes down very quickly, and I'm just going to throw this out there. The Sith Fighter is designed as a Biggs killer. It's going to be seen a lot more in the lower end of Fleet Arena because it's basically designed to kill Biggs because it doesn't allow for health recovery and protection recovery. So Biggs is going to basically just be sitting in the water against Sith Fighter. So teams that maybe potentially used to struggle against Biggs now have a ship that is going to cause issues. Oh, and Thane, sorry. Thane's correct. Tarkin's is faster, but it's slower to get to the ultimate, is what I meant, because it has an extra turn.
I'm quite surprised that. Yeah, go on, finish off.
Oh no, so I was just gonna say that. So you might want to consider not depending so much on Biggs for your offense, because Sith Fighter is going to show up in the lower fleet arenas in order to take it out, and so that's going to cause issues. For you potentially moving forward, so just something to kind of keep in mind.
That's why I say issues.
And Phoenix is also a really big gear whore faction.
Phoenix is a horse, eh?
You were talking about Han earlier needing stun guns and carbantes and stuff. There's no way Phoenix is easier. So yeah.
So I just scrolled down to what he hasn't unlocked. I was quite surprised he hasn't got Umbaran unlocked. Umbaran's. He's one of the.
He's pretty solid, but I mean, I can see why he's going the path that he is. I don't have any problem with the focus and what he's been doing. So, He's limited. We have to think of that, Mike. He can't get him,
No, and which is why I was surprised that Umbaran isn't there, because it's a free to farm, isn't it?
It is, but he's going to have to work on. I don't know what he's working in GW, but he's got a lot of characters unlocked still. So I mean,
true. And clones aren't the choice faction at the moment, are they?
They're not. Rex is, but other than that, no.
Yeah.
All right. If that's all the questions on this roster, my friend, if you have more questions or you need a ally code or anything like that, just let us know. We'll get you squared away. Just come up to our Discord, find us. We'll be more glad to help you out. That's what we're here for. All right. I think it's time for questions and me to start doing these marquee events. How many do we have today? We have 2. We have the Ship Fighter and we have T3M4. Oh,
you're on Android.
Yeah, I am on Android. You got a problem with
I don't have. No, yeah, I do at the moment.
It's not my fault.
This is. No, you're right. It's Finn's fault.
Who do I want to run here? I need to run.
Geos.
No.
Geos just get the job done, mate. They really do.
All right. Stanley, do we have some questions while Ranger's playing?
Nathaniel Miller, question: if someone who's blind attacks someone with foresight, which effect comes first?
If someone is blinded and they attack somebody with foresight,
they both lose it, but
yeah, I think they would both lose it. I don't know for sure how the mechanic works, actually.
It's a new mechanic and stuff, so it's kind of like, okay.
that would be interesting if blind attacked a foresight and the foresight kept foresight up afterwards.
Or the other way, right? That it dispels the foresight, but then you still kept the blind? I would guess both of them disappear.
Yeah, if blind affects actually blind characters, that would make no sense.
Yeah.
Chewy, question: do you think they'll keep releasing tunes with easy gear requirements like Bastila? With all the tunes coming out, farming gear is a pain in the half.
Nope.
I don't think so.
No.
Just a coincidence.
Chewy, question: out of all the raid tunes that get exclusive tunes and the legendary and journey, what is the order to bring them to gear 12?
It depends on when you unlock them. So if you're unlocking them all at once, I mean, typically you start getting. I mean, it depends on who you unlock. I mean, if you get Palpatine and Thrawn first, I mean, there's your answer. If you get Luke and JTR first, I mean, there's your answer. It just depends on, who you got available to unlock. Which order you unlock them. So, priority is who you get done first, and who you
gear on as you go.
Yeah, I mean, if you get JTR and CLS first, there you go. If you get Thrawn and Palp first, then there you go. You're not going to unlock all these characters at once. General Kenobi and
ice cream.
Oh, ice cream! All right, Finn, I would like one of those ice cream sandwiches, and can you give me one of those snow cones with the nuts on top of it and the chocolate?
Chocolate sauce or strawberry sauce, nuts or sprinkles. Those are your options.
No, that's wrong.
And it's a
Chocolate
Mr. Whippy.
sauce, vanilla ice cream, chocolate sauce with nuts. There you go.
No, it's Mr. Whippy.
I want to push up.
We're not talking about bras. Next question.
No, you know what that is, Finn. Don't even play. I remember those as a kid.
I don't think.
Was they orange flavored or whatever? What flavor was that? It was orange, right?
Yeah, orange. Yeah, OG orange.
Or a something that was orange category.
Yeah, it's like a inside of a pumpkin orange.
So not quite Trump orange.
No,
Next
nothing's
question.
that orange. It's totally not orange. I'm making orange unbelievably great again.
Ski Trooper Califragilisticexpialidocious. Question: thoughts of Plo Koon in a Bastilla-led team. Give Jedi 50% turn meter with his second special and dispel on basic, plus auto taunt to start. Trying to make 2 offense territory war teams, and with this and General Kenobi / Z.
What do you think,
Well,
Chris?
it sounds good on paper.
It does. But Plo doesn't hit for anything himself, does
No, he doesn't.
And he can't take a hit either.
he? So,
Well, with all the buffs too from Bastila and
Still
Yoda, right?
doesn't hit with a shit.
No, nothing.
I mean, it would stack. Eventually, you might do some damage.
As Ranger can attest to, if you face anybody that's kind of cheesing defense and stuff, it's really important that you're efficient on offense. So I would just focus on having one really strong team with the Jedi rather than 2 semi-strong teams that may require you to use the second attack and then lose to Mike.
I do not know what you refer to.
I do, cheese eater. If you were a dinosaur, Mike, you would be a Caucasaurus.
Not a blind one. Or did you think he saw us?
Did you see the Saurus Rex? All right. Next question, please, Stanley.
1L73. Question: Zeta order priority on first order.
There's debate about this, but I think you do cruise to first 2, and then you do first order stormtrooper. The other ones are optional; you don't need to do them. Some people like pilot or special forces, or you don't need them.
It's got to be cruise lead first.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cruise lead.
Yeah, then
keeps them
some say
alive.
do first order stormtrooper, then go back to crew. But I like having crew done all the way because you get the auto taunt automatically, and first order stormtrooper. It's debatable. Some people like to go, but I mean, we all can agree that it's Colorado Mass Zeta leader first.
For first order, if you're just looking at first order, I think the order to go is crew lead, then first order stormtrooper, and then Scarred. But the thing is, crew fits in with other teams. He can be a plug-and-play character, but you need that Zeta on his Scarred. So I would still recommend doing Scarred first, because it gives crew more versatility, and you don't necessarily have to use it with your first order, especially if your first order isn't necessarily ready yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did his lead first. I'm sorry, I did his lead first, and then I did Scarred, and then I did First Order Stormtrooper, just because there's not too many auto taunters in the game too. So just having that auto taunt.
I hear a stoner baby.
He's hanging out with me.
Hey.
Stoner baby heard the ice cream. That's what's happened.
Here at Star Wars
He got
too.
excited.
He's like, "Daddy, you're so cool."
So
Ice
is
cream
actually
is Star
Kylo
Wars.
last every time?
The baby. You're good.
Next question.
You're a good father, Stoner.
Nathaniel Miller. Question:
Thanks,
with
Andrew.
HC getting armor shred, what second STR phase 2 would you put him in?
I mean, maybe
It's
like
an
a scoundrel
unreliable
team, perhaps?
one.
Yeah.
I mean, just like a random scoundrel team, you know. And
Well, someone's saying Cure lead for him. Grex from MC we were talking about that last
yeah,
night.
last night.
Who's listening to the news?
That's me. I got Sports Center on. Hold on, turn it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if you put him with Nest, who could counter a lot from the ads against Sod, like everybody does with Wampa? You could have something like that with the armor shredded, and if you could get all her pounding back into it.
I mean, there's there's 2 characters that do a lot of damage in phase 2, right? It's Wampa and Princess Leia, and all these teams are designed around them. I mean, I don't think I would do anything with the Kira lead. I think you would have one that's either a Kenobi or a Boba lead with Wampa and using that team that uses Sabine or whatever it is. That way you don't have another Rebel if you use a Princess Leia team with an Akbar lead. And then you can use a non-Rebel like Zalbar in order to do armor shred and help Princess Leia.
Well, you could even use a Newt lead with Leia. A Newt lead with Leia would work. You know, a lot of people you throw Acolyte with that team too if you're not using Acolyte with Nightsisters.
Yeah, I was watching Shattered Order had a video today for that particular Phase 2 team. He did a Boba Fett lead, Thrawn, Wampa, Sabine, and Hermit Yoda, and you didn't have a tank in that team, right? So, you could look at like a second team, like what was it, like Akbar Lead, GK, Leia, and I mean Zalbar and Mission in that team right there too. So, but the only thing
for both if you get lucky.
Yeah, if you get lucky. It's just I get so unlucky with Scion in Phase 2. Even after he's stealth, he still gets hit when he enrages. And I mean, it's crazy. The RNG is so crazy when it comes to that. It might be a bug too. I don't know.
Well, one of his abilities does hit through foresight, I think. So.
Well, that's another thing too. He's got 100% dodge or evasion. I can't remember the exact word, but he's got 100% chance when he's under foresight. So it works for me no problem in Phase 1, even at the enrage. But Phase 2, it's like Scion goes right through it. Even after he does the AOE and say Hermit Yoda loses the foresight, he's still stealth, so he should evade that last hit, but he doesn't. So.
Paul Morgan, question: I need more viable territory war teams and all but 8 characters unlocked. Do I take a majority of useful characters to level 85?
No. Take the ones that you're going to work on to level 85. Don't just take all of them randomly.
Yeah.
So take 5 at a time and gear them up.
Paul Morgan, question: since the introduction of so many marquee characters, do I farm gear over characters in order to catch up?
I'm farming characters.
Yeah.
I'm supplementing my gear as much as I can from Guild Store and stuff and Shard Shop, but I don't want to fall behind on characters if they're in the game, so I'm farming all the different hard nodes, which is a pain right now, by the way.
Right, same here, because I'm done with all the stores, but now with Young Han going to the Guild Store last night, it's he's got his own node too, which I love. So every time that the store refreshes, you're getting his shards in there, so he's going to be able to finish them up real quick. But the farm out of the other stores is the only thing that's making up for being able to stop farming out of the Guild Store just for Han. But say for example when Young Lando and L3 come out and they're in the Fleet Store, we've kind of been speculating, it's going to take up your supplement for your farming on Zetas too. So it's am I going to stop farming Zetas for these 2 characters and the ship? I don't know.
I'll tell you what is fun is watching. I tend to, because I don't have any of the other scoundrels, the newer ones, ready, running OG Han with young Han and seeing who can get the highest hit. Because once you got preparation on young Han and he just assists everyone, it's worth watching. It's fun.
Well, are you doing the Greedo mix instead of Chex Mix in Phase 3 now?
I tried it once.
Too much RNG from what I've been hearing.
My Greedo's too fast, and I just can't be asked to move mods.
No, not for that. No.
I mean, I've got a sweet bounty hunter squad.
I know. I saw
ask Ranger about that.
I saw him. I saw those speeds, man. Those are crazy speeds. Oh my god.
Just wait for the mod set piece to come around. You can just move an entire mod set and try.
Oh, now you're talking. Yeah, because then I will switch my Nest, BB-8, and R2 mods around Billy O.
Yes, the baby Jedi regress.
Maybe what if they potentially have a secondary lock kit to where you can shuffle the certain six sets out and replace it with another 6 set that you already have locked? That'd be pretty cool. So you can shuffle them for raids and then shuffle them for PvP or territory wars.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do. I'd just have you'd have your mega offense mods ready to go in for those ones, and
I hear you, son, still a Jedi. A powerful Sith he will become. I feel his anger.
Ouchie Dumpling, question: is Zeta Fin necessary for a Rey Jedi training event? Trying to help a newer player.
not necessary, but you need gear in order to compensate a little bit for it. But his Zeta is still really good, so I would still say it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think at this point, like if you haven't done Finn already, it's like specifically for territory wars, right? I mean, and the tank if you're not finishing the tank raid. So.
There's still a lot of people that need it for Galactic War that are still working up.
Right. People are climbing and finishing to the auto sims and everything like that. Right.
It's also good on the light side and 3-starring certain nodes. It's
light
a
side territory battle.
Yeah, it's a 1 Zeta squad.
The entire light side regular battles, you can 3-star every one of those 9D and all them pretty easy.
Yeah. And the best part about it is territory wars again for like the bounty hunter teams, the new mechanic with bounty hunters if you got the right speeds, anyways. But Mike,
yeah, I mean, I'm seeing there's a Zeta, not so much now with people at the arena meta has kind of shifted a little bit, but I was seeing a Zeta Finn in our top 10. So. Work it right, get the right speeds, and it's still there. And it's fantastic against certain squads in territory wars.
Well, because like when Treya first came out, or like even like when she was in the Game Changers, accounts, they were using Finn teams to climb on offense, right? And with the addition of the new Gear 12 pieces, that's 12 extra speed on each character, and if you put that just on Poe, it's like that whole team is a whole new beast. So it's a potential new offense climbing team for PvP, and then throw back your Treya or your EP team on defense right at the end there.
Stama Ozbuff, question: with the change in the price to level up mods, did they change the way they roll yet as well?
Nope, I checked yesterday. They just reduced the cost, so it's just the first step of the rollout.
Brandon Behrens, question: what about farming the Phantom pilots to 12? They aren't nearly as bad as the Ghost pilots.
They're all bad.
Yeah.
All of the Phoenix is really bad. I mean, they're not a bad investment. You can use them in territory wars. They're a fairly decent team, and they're pretty versatile. You can put them on defense or offense. You do have the ships, and I mean, so they're not a bad team to focus on. They're just really gear heavy.
Gear intensive as crap.
Yeah, because I mean, like right now, like I said earlier, I'm finishing up the bugs to Gear 11, and like Sunfact right now, he needs like 100 carbs, and then you go over to the Phoenix, and each one of them right now, going from Gear 8 to Gear 9, all need at least 100 carbs a piece too. So it's gonna take forever to keep gearing them up, and that investment's a very long-term one. So if you're gonna do it, be prepared.
Ski Trooper Califragilisticexpialidocious. Question: what are your thoughts on the visual bug in the Territory War reward screen? It looks like they're adding character shards as a reward.
Yep, that is what it looks like. Right now it's only showing on the top tier though, so I'm sure it's going to be added to all of the tiers. And my guess is that it's going to be, I think we mentioned this before, they're starting to introduce a little bit more with Geonosis stuff. So it may very well be a Geonosis map that gives Padme shards as a reward in Territory Wars.
What if they had a wager where every guild member that entered had to put up one toon and the winner gets all the other ones, the loser gives up the one they bet? That'd be kind of wild, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no.
I'd intensify territory wars.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing territory wars. I'm not losing characters.
What if Nest is the new reward character for that?
That would be really awful and a slap in the face to everyone that paid for
it. Jason. Question: with T3 adding more target lock to the droid faction, do you think General Grievous rework would have target lock on Sinister Laugh and target lock bonuses in his leader?
In his leader, I don't know. I would guess that he's going to have an ability of target lock. And I'm kind of hoping for a Grievous similar to the one that we get in that mythic event. Where the assault battle, where you can do a death mark. That would be really cool if your Grievous could do a death mark, so death troopers and deal no.
No, the baby agrees with you, Finn.
Nathaniel Miller. Question: is anyone buying the Ability Materials Mega Pack? I'm not.
Nope.
No.
I would if I had the crystals this time around. I don't.
Might do. By might, I mean yes.
No, because last time they came around, I got 25 Omegas, and I was blown away because it's the first time I bought the packs. But it's a big investment too. So
Yeah, it is.
I have Jedis with no Omegas that I want to have Omegas. So.
Yeah.
They'll come around.
Nathaniel Miller. Question: Big Z's armor shred shows up as a blue effect. Has Sabine's been changed to use the same icon?
They're changing it. They've already stated that they were changing it to red. It was a visual bug.
Yeah, I noticed it stacks now too. If that's a recent change or not, I'm not sure because I wasn't really using armor shred too.
No,
recently,
giving the numbers in terms of the how many is stacked. That's new as of the patch. I think last week or the week before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had to have been recent because there's film all over YouTube, and it's within the past couple weeks too, and even the video that I was mentioning earlier with Shattered Order that they just put out recently, that it didn't. He had put the armor shred stacks in the video editing himself. So,
Alan, question: the best way to play on my iMac. I play on iPhone, but would love to play on a much bigger screen.
I did it already. Yeah, there's an emulator for it. Or I got an iPad too, and iPad's really nice.
Doesn't it work with the? I can't remember what the Apple media player is. Doesn't that just sync with it or something and allow you to mirror? The Q player, is it?
QuickTime.
QuickTime. Doesn't that? I thought that allowed. I searched. Unfortunately, I'm Apple. I'm iPhone, iPad, but I'm a laptop. I'm a Windows 10 laptop.
But mirroring, you can't typically play on it. You can just kind of see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a downer.
Yeah, hook it up to an emulator.
Danilo Papais, question: I Zeta'd Mother Talzin Plague Bearer yesterday. I already have 2 Zetas on Ventress. Was this the right choice?
No, you should just delete your account.
The baby agrees.
Yep, delete your account. You messed up. Start over. No, that's the correct choice.
And that's all the questions.
Yay, and it's 1 o'clock almost. We are getting good on timing here.
We are.
I blame Finn.
Well, that's understandable.
I deserve a Twinkie.
Really?
Yeah.
Watch the calories.
Yeah, I know.
Really?
I am counting them Twinkie calories. Let's see. How many do I have left?
Then why don't you tell the folks about the Amazon store, the Patreon?
I'm eating my Twinkie.
You can do both. Jesus Christ, you're not a cripple.
Okay. Well, we have an Amazon store, and there's stuff on there. And you guys get stuff. Some of it is good. Some of it is for fun. I do it for the stream. I have stuff on mine. Running like a wire.
Do it again.
Hello, people. I'm eating a Twinkie.
Did you stuff it all in your mouth again?
No, just one bite this time.
Oh, okay.
Just one bite at a time. Okay, so we do have an Amazon wish list. If you go to our Discord, there's a section called RSG Links. And in the RSG Links, we have a few of the Amazon wish lists for us. Some of it is fun stuff. Some of it is for the stream. You can kind of tell just by looking at it. And so you guys can check that out. We started it from Miss Algie Dumpling, who wanted us to set up a wish list for us on Amazon. So there you go. And then, let's see. Patreon. Patreon, we will be setting up tiers starting August 1st. And in the meantime, though, anyone who signs up for Patreon, we will be doing something at the end of this month for our Patreons and our VIPs. So you guys can keep ready for that. Another thing is if you guys go onto our website, we don't typically use it too much, but it's realityskewedgamers.blogspot.com. I did make a post today about how to get your iOS device able to get onto Android in order to get the T3 M4 droid. And I put the link in, if you go onto Reddit, and I just put the link to the general Reddit there, but let me put the link to my post.
Hope you didn't kill
There.
anyone
That
I
one will give
know
you,
for it,
I have that same graphic for you. There we go. That's to the Reddit, and then this is, there we go. So, there you go. That's the link to my post on Reddit that gives you kind of the instructions on how to set up your iOS device on an emulator that allows you to get Android access, and you can get T3 M4, which I did this morning, and I only have iOS. So there you go. What else do you want me to talk about, Ranger?
We got $2.
No, even read that
yeah,
statement.
Well,
So Thane Kyrell.
No.
Revin character. Oh, so he doesn't even want to hear about Revan. Okay.
No, there's more to it. He's a sneaky little bastard.
You see what you've done, Thane?
I'm not
Made
falling for
Ranger
that
hate
shit.
Revan.
I'm not. No.
Ranger hates Revan now. Doesn't even want to hear the word Revan. He starts
You
going,
can make
la,
up all
la,
the
la, la.
horse crap you want, Finn. There's more to that statement than there. No, I'm not acknowledging it. No.
So can I ask a question?
If it's about what Thane just said, no.
Why do you hate ET so much?
Because E.T. phoned home.
That's right.
Should have just
No,
stayed.
I love the oh, Christ.
I'm going back to eating my Twinkie while Ranger talks
Listen,
to
the
people.
Turtle Twins are amazing, but Thane asks us all the goddamn time.
Sounds like someone I know talking about Revan.
I don't talk about Revan all the time. You know, in fact, I never bring him up at all unless someone asks me. I never, nothing. So, eat another Twinkie, Finn. You're a very bad man.
Probably. But I got a mouthful of Twinkie and I'm happy.
Well, you're going to be a fatty heart attack victim someday. That's all I got to say. Okay. Let's close out the stream. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. We really appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for being here. It means a lot to us. Continue with your support. Give us a thumbs up, like. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. We're almost at 3,500 subscribers, Finn. I don't know what we're going to do. Oh, my God. But if you haven't subscribed, go ahead because, well, you obviously love the content. So go ahead and subscribe so you can get all that goodness whenever you want. You know, when we're streaming. We will do a Battlefront 2 stream tonight. That's the plan at 6 p.m. Eastern like we have been. I'll try to have some guests on like we always do.
Yeah.
But if you can join us for that, then tomorrow we'll be here for the lunch stream, and then Saturday, of course, we have all our other stuff, and Sunday this D&D campaign. Yeah. And if you haven't already, come to our Discord. If you have questions that we didn't get to, come to our Discord. That's what it's designed for. It's a great group of people to help you with your Star Wars Galaxy Hero stuff. Just really fun to. I usually just go in there mainly because I have 9,000 messages when I log into Discord every day now. So really, I just go in and just read. I'm not in MC2 chat. I'm in our Discord, just reading because it's just entertaining.
God, is it entertaining?
It is very entertaining. I just don't have time because I'm usually responding, then I go look, laugh, then I go back to responding to somebody else, go back, look, laugh, go back to responding to somebody else, look, laugh. You know, so it's the life. It's a hard knock life. But everyone, have a great rest of your day. We appreciate you. We love you, and we will holler at you later. Peace.